Hello everybody and welcome to the West Coast. This is the map that's going to replace everything for right now. So we're not abandoning anything. I'm keeping all the save files like I always have. I think the only save file I don't have now is Upton Farm because I ran out of save slots. So, but that wasn't a good map. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, let's go. So, as you can see in the middle right, it has my name. My name is actually Alex, for those that don't know, and we are on the West Coast, and we are at Blue Farm, top left-hand corner, where the blinking dot is. That is where we're starting, okay? The way this is going to work, we have the contractor mod, I think is what it's called, where you have 4 different characters. So we're going to explain that as we go. So I've got a John Derre. This is the Europe special. So it's a 7280R, nothing special. I think it's 280 horse. West grain trailer. Whoa. Oh, I can get the... Okay, I didn't know that. I can access the... I hit space to run? I don't think... Yeah. So, I can't hit space to run beside the tractor. Okay, sorry. I didn't know it accesses IC controls. We have 2 arpeggio implements. We got the plow here. And a... what do they call it? Power harrow? And then we have the... I can't remember the name of this. Minot or something like that. The big sprayer. And a horse seeder. This farm also has a garage in it. So that is where we're going to be starting here. Let's run around here really quick. I don't think I have anything else here. And we have a Deutzfa and a shed. So that is going to be our combine in the series. I think it kind of fits where we're at. It's a little bit smaller, nothing huge, but you'll see why I've chosen some of the equipment whenever we get ready to hit tab. Now, I hit tab, I don't change vehicles. I change people. So, the names didn't stick. Barbara is actually going to be Sarah. Sarah's one of my friends from high school. And that's, I changed names to people I know so I don't, forget them. So, we'll be playing in the sheep farm. If we look in our map, we're at the yellow one, close to the... a little bit below center on the left. And this is the sheep farm. So for the sheep farm, we have a Lamborghini Tractor because reasons. It's like an R7. Yeah, R7 220 horsepower. Pretty good one. Hurst, little low boy there. JCB front loader because that tractor can't have a front loader on it. A New Holland baler for the bigger bales. A windrower. I don't think she's got a trailer or anything yet. Nope. A butterfly mower set up for the cheaper and smaller side, and a tedder. So she starts out with 30 sheep and a ICB. So 30 sheep on this one, and yeah, then we'll go ahead and hit tab here since we get back to the front door. Everybody starts at the front door every day. On to Chris. Chris is going to be Chris. Yeah, Chris is Chris. I couldn't remember if I'm going to change Chris. No, Chris is, again, one of my friends from high school. Play paintball with him a lot. So we got a Fendt tractor, 240 horsepower. As you can see, everything's a little bit on the smaller end. That way we have room to grow. We have the first part of the cultivator for the slurry tank. I can't remember which one it is, though, right off the top of my head. But it goes there. And Chris has 30 cows to take care of. And yeah, we've got everything set up here for cows. See, now we have a row crop planter, okay? But we don't have a wheat, like a cereal crop. And then we have a forage harvester. So any corn that we plant will be turned into silage for this guy. That way we can have a little bit of silage and some corn down to the pigs. And if he needs to plant wheat, then he has to go borrow that from Alex's, from my farm. But you can only borrow implements. You can't borrow tractors. Okay? So we got a front loader with a bell fork on it. And I think we've got another West trailer. Yeah, got a West silage trailer. So now we'll just go on to the last one. Sorry if this seems like I'm really trying to talk fast, but we've got a lot to do today. Now we come down to David. David's going to be renamed Ben. David has the most expensive thing on this whole lot. That is a sugar beet harvester. Maxtron 620. It's the first generation one. There's two different ones, the first and the second generation, that come in the mod pack. So we went with the little bit older one, kind of fits the theme. Another ICB for water for the pigs. Class 620 grain header. Cockerling cereal planter. A Banther? Yeah, Banther. 8,500 liter, I think is what that holds. And we had to put in a silo because this farm does not have its own silo here that I knew of. If it did, then I've missed it. Got the... which one is this? Curveland? Yeah. The row crop planter, a Amazon fertilizer spreader, and Longsburg? Yeah. That's a foldable cultivator I thought we would use because our tractor for this one is the smallest tractor, 180 horse. And is the Fiat. Now, if people have a problem with the Fiat, I do have some cases in mind for this farm. They're older and smaller. So if nobody likes the Fiat, we can always change it out. It's not a big deal. And then we have the Class Mega. So the 2A8 Dominator. And a HS8. I'm pretty sure that can power the HS8. Should be able to. Okay, let me go run back here to the house. All right. So, what is the purpose of all of this? Why are we having all these people? Well, one thing I've always kind of struggled with in making videos is having something that is diverse with a lot of things to do. So, I think that this is a good way to do that. So we've got different people doing different things, which is always a good thing. So every day will be a little bit different job. You know, this one we're doing cereals and stuff like that, and we're harvesting. If we want to do, root crops, then we have the pig farm for that, and all the pig work, cow work. You know, it's the same thing. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to get out of the trees and run up here. Is there a gate? No, there's no gate. This field is ready to go. We need to make sure all of our gates are open, and we're going to go ahead and get the voice fire out. I could have went the short way, I guess, and got them all out. Now, one thing you might be asking is, what about, growth and everything? Because we're only going to visit these people. If you can tell, I have it on 15 times speed. So every time that we come to an episode, only had it on times 1 when we started, but we'll have it on 15 times speed every other time now. So I have the growth control mod, and every stage takes 48 hours, I think is what it is. So every time that we come to do somebody's work, it is to be done, like that day. That's it. That's all the time that you get. So we also have a pickup around here somewhere. I can't remember which farm I left it at, but we do have a pickup. And we'll be using it to go and get somebody, because we can't just hire workers with this pack installed, okay? If that makes any kind of sense to you. So what we have to do is, if we need help, Chris's farm is the closest, right? It's the cow farm. So we would hop in the pickup, and this counts towards our day's work. We have to go get Chris, and he could come down here and, drive the Deutzfa or whatever. He can do the things that we need help with. He can cart, drive the Deutzfa, whatever we decide to do. So whenever the time is up for the day, we have to run him back home as well. So as you can see, it's kind of like a community thing. Yes, we have $2 million, but we have a $1.5 million loan. So guess the interest on that. And at the end of every cycle, so we're starting on Alex, then it'll be Sarah, Chris, Ben. As soon as we come back to Alex, we must pay $20,000 back towards our loan, plus all the interest that we accrue on it. So that's why we're starting with so much. There's things that we don't have. We don't have any water for all these farms. Until we get to Chris's farm, none of his animals will be ready to go or anything like that. We're not playing with seasons, so I thought 2 million would be around what we need. If it's too much, I can knock it back a little bit. But yeah, I think I think this is a pretty good start. This will definitely give us a buffer because that, like all the equipment costs and everything are going to be extremely high as well. All the fields, like only one of these fields is ready. If we take a look at the fields that we own, I think Ben's farm owns the most. Yes, he owns 4 fields. And they're on the smaller end except for 51. So, let's say Ben wants to bale, then he's going to have to take his Fiat up to Sarah's farm and go get the baler to bale his straw. Okay? If Chris needs silage bales, Sarah's going to have them done, and then he can go pick them up because he can't use Sarah's tractor and the mowers. He's more than welcome to use the mowers, but then you're talking about time to go get the mowers, take the mowers back, get the windrower and all that other fun stuff, and get them all going. So you see where I'm at here. So hopefully it kind of makes sense. I had originally set it up and gave everybody 2 tractors, but it was just too much, too much. Like everybody was fully set up, so I thought. Chris even had a harvester and everything. He actually had this harvester, and we had a New Holland. But I thought it was just a little bit much for us. So what we've got right now is I'm dumping this out, this straw. Now, you would think, okay, well, Chris can come and gather that up. Nope. Chris is not allowed to touch Alex's fields. Okay? So whenever it comes to Chris's turn, he can't come up here and get this. We have to bale it for him. And we're not allowed to do Chris's work on Alex's day either. Kind of makes sense, I hope, a little bit. I'm hoping it makes some sense. I just wanted it to be, a variety type thing. Baling wouldn't take all day, especially on farms of this size. So, yeah. Now, you'll notice, crops are, a little bit weird and everything the first go around. That is because I just set the fields. I just set the field states. I mean, that's the only answer I have to that. Is I set the fields to be a thing today, so that way we can move a little bit forward. We've got some things that we can do, but yeah. So we need to get this done before the day's end. I mean, we want to get as much done as we can every day. This is a pretty good sized field. We'll need our tractor and everything here before too awful long. And yeah, so comments and everything are definitely welcome. Hopefully, I'm not the best at explaining things. People know this. So hopefully it kind of makes sense on, what I'm trying to say and everything like that. Because I want this to be fun. This is something I can do once a day. We're not jumping back and forth. I don't have to remember, I have to be here. I've already tested the map. We are rock steady 60 frames right now. Not getting any kind of dips or anything. Now, if I were to go blasting through the map on the Lamborghini that can go 39 miles an hour, and I hit a LOD, let's say I'm driving up from Sarah's farm to this farm, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a dip. But the performance is there, which wasn't there on the Terra Italica. The fields are manageable, which they weren't really manageable on Oregon Springs as one person. I hate to admit it. So, but yeah, so we've got arable farming, we've got animals, we've got different kinds of equipment. Hopefully everybody likes all the equipment I chose. I think I've got a little bit of everything for everybody. The Fiat is the only one that I'm really open to change because it's a Fiat. And I think Case kind of got left out. We don't have anything Case or Massey, I don't think. So, future tractor purchases will happen. It's not that big of a deal. But for right now, I think we're pretty good with what we've got. So I'm just going to do probably 3 headlands here. Then I'm going to get this kind of going. I was about to say, I'll get it on a worker. But no, that's not going to happen. But we definitely want to get this up here. I'm probably going to go up and then turn around. That way the spout's out. That way we can get it all emptied out. I've never used this combine. And the episodes should be shorter too. I'm really trying to do, shorter eps. 40 minutes is, a long time for somebody to watch a video. So, I'm really trying to do the channel better. I try to make stuff for y'all to consume, and I know 40 minutes is asking a lot sometimes. So, yeah, that is the main focus here. And I will be doing other videos on things besides just farming sim. So this is like, we play at 15 times speed all the time, then, I can just worry about other things because I know I have X amount of time. I cannot go over, what I've set up. If we don't get this field done, we don't get this field done, and it can wait. And hopefully my mic and everything sounds okay. I changed my setup again. I've got it even, I don't have the mic itself further away, but the way I had it set up was my stand come down into like in front of my monitor, and I was having to like peek around and everything. So I've moved everything around. I've got the keyboard more set up on my left hand side, that way I can not use the keyboard as much. I've got the mic closer to me, and it's not as close to the steering wheel as it was before. I'm not finding, I'm not having to like reach around everything, which is nice. So a little bit of change there as well. So I'm hoping to get, we'll do as much as we can. We're going to try to focus on, one job a day. Here's what we're doing, here's what we're doing, here's what we're doing. And, I think we should kind of stick with that. That way we, I think the only one that's going to be really repetitive until we buy some more land is actually going to be the sheep farm with Sarah. It's just, you cut grass and everything. But I think one of the things that we'll do is, we can definitely try to make her farm grow, and may end up doing one field of like arable, or we can do placeables with her as well. So that should be something to kind of look forward to. I just got to remember I can't hit tab. If I hit tab, I go to another person. We don't want to be jumping around. But at the end of the day, I'm going to run the pickup. Yeah, it's a pickup. I can't remember what we got exactly. It's there somewhere. But it's a 4-seater pickup, so if we ever need, a lot of help on somebody, then we've got the 4-seater. Now, here's another thing that we can do, is if we are working, like let's say Chris is working and he's doing silage, okay? And he needs help. So Chris has got, the Deutzfahr, or yeah, he's got the Fent down there doing the harvest. He can go get Alex, and Alex can bring down the John Deere to cart. But I cannot just borrow the John Deere just cause, I need that John Deere. If that makes kind of sense. Like, I cannot personally use Chris's tractor. Chris can't personally come and use my tractor. I can use my tractor to help out Chris in his fields. Okay? So, let's go ahead and empty this thing out. The pipe out here. I almost hit tab even after saying I should not hit tab. So let me go get the tractor and the trailer, and I'll be right back up here. Oh no, did I leave that right in the way? I did. Can I squeeze past it? Yes, I can. There we go. Now we do have crop destruction on. Again, it works on this map flawlessly. I haven't had any like weird crashes or anything like that. And I think one thing I'm going to try to do is actually play more from the cab whenever it's applicable. So we'll try to do some of the work from the cab whenever it comes to actual field work instead of harvesting, because I can't see what I'm doing when I'm harvesting. We are filling up over the axles. Yes. That's to be where you fill first. Don't always fill the neck. You want to fill up kind of like where I got it. You want it to be over the axles first. That way your trailer's pretty well grounded and you're not putting too much weight on the rear end of the tractor, so you don't do a wheelie. But I really do like this tractor. It's got like all the good controls. So if we kind of look around here a little bit, I know we're crooked right now, but it's because we're on a hillside. So we got like the engine off. We can do that there. The steering console can go up or down. Blinkers, hazards, door. If we had the drive control mod installed, this would be like the 4-wheel drive switch. The front lowers. The green star that turns on this. High beams, low beams, 4-wheel drive, all that stuff requires the that pack. So, and if we look at our F1 menu, I can take this mirror. I can go like this. Isn't that something I've always wanted? Was complete mirror control. Not the best. I wish we could go up some more, but we can't. So that there is the John Derre. That's the European one. Got that in that John Derre pack. I was kind of questioning one time. I don't know who the actual mod author is, but whoever made it done a really, really good job. It's a really good mod. I could try to find it. I just don't know where I would find it. All right, so it's already 10:30 here, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get this done. There still will be a few time lapses in this series. That way you don't have to watch the whole spiel. But I just want it to be enjoyable. That is the big thing. Is I want this series to be more accessible, I guess would be the correct word. Because I think some of my older stuff was a lot longer than it needed to be. I didn't have like a clear-cut objective for what I wanted to do and everything. So hopefully this helps that. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up now and get this field harvested, and I'll talk to you guys here in just a minute. Okay, so we're coming down to the end of our workday here. We'll stop at 8 o'clock, which will be 2000 hours, or whatever you want to call it. And the reason for that is it will get too dark for us to have a good video. So I think 8 o'clock should be a pretty good deal. I know some of you are probably screaming at me right now for doing the harvest very, very weird. Like going around in circles and then, like cutting more headland than I needed to and all this other stuff. The main reason for that is I needed it to be long enough runs to actually, do something with a baler. That way we're not constantly turning with the baler. So I thought, do a couple runs here. That way we've got enough to start with. And then we can, run up and down the field. I think what we'll do is the next time that we are over on myself, that we will probably rake all this together. I think that that's a pretty good deal. We'll get a rake. The one that Sarah's farm has is not big enough. So we'll have to either lease or possibly buy a pretty big rake and get it all rode up here. And it should make the whole process faster. So that is something that we can look at. I'm also going to fix the money. It should only be 1.5 million. I wasn't paying attention. I even said 1.5 million. So I'm going to have to change all of that and, all the fun stuff. And I'll get it sorted, I promise. Just, first episode glitches, But I tried to drive the tractor from the inside every time. And if you noticed, I can go up and down in the seat with that. So that actually worked pretty good. I could actually see the mirror on that last little run. But yeah, so this is how I kind of want to play this, If we don't get it done, we don't get it done. I'm not going to, worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. But we did waste about 10 minutes or so at the beginning of the episode, talking about what we're doing, why we're doing this, and everything like that. So, we come pretty close. All we'll have to do is knock out the little bit, and then this will be done. We might actually get close to getting it done. You never know. But around 8 o'clock, we'll be done for the day. And I don't know if you've viewed this on mobile, if you've made it through the video this far. Is the video dark? Are all my videos dark? I've heard that YouTube kind of makes videos dark, so maybe I need to go through in post-processing and bump the brightness up. If that would, benefit you guys, then I'll gladly spend the extra 2 clicks. It's a lot more to render, but I think it's like 2 or 3 clicks, and then I can brighten up the whole scene for you guys, and I would not mind doing that. I just want I want the viewing experience to be pretty good. I probably upload all these in 4K. It doesn't mean you have to watch them in 4K, but if you click the 4K button, even at 1080p, like the video will be recorded in 1080p. It's at 1080 by 30. Okay, but if I upload it at 4K, it changes the encoder on YouTube side. So you get a better quality video, even like if you click 4K, it's not in 4K, it's at 1080. But the way it encodes everything on YouTube side, you will get a lot better picture. So, yeah. I think we're about done for our day. Wow, that is the. Let me get down to the John Deere again. I think that'll be our deal. Actually, I'll bring the John Deere up to it, because I need to empty it out anyway. This map is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this map's something special. It really is. Alright, so we're at 9,700. It's 8 o'clock. Let's shut her down. Now, every once in a while, you're going to hear this John Deere kick up, and it's going to be very loud. And I think it's like right here. That what a perfect moment. Is either simulating the cooling fans kicking on, which would be very, very cool in itself, or it's simulating a regen. So if you don't know what regen is, it is for the catalyst and the SCR and everything like that. It's for the The diesel particulate filter, not catalyst or SCR. Those are different things. So it dumps fuel through a 7th injector, normally called like a dozer injector, right behind the turbo, and that superheats the exhaust. Okay, so you're basically setting a giant fire, and that burns all this particulate and everything out of the exhaust. So you have something that's renewable, because if you look at newer trucks and tractors, you wouldn't believe just how clean they actually run. Go look at a tailpipe or a stack of a new diesel truck and compare it to something 10 years ago. They're, basically like clean. So, we have come a long way. So, random diesel tech fact for today. Right. Take this back up to the field and we can leave it up in the field. And I think I am going to try to do more and more work from inside the cab. It takes a little bit longer to get used to, but I think it makes for pretty good quality here. So yeah, that is episode 1 of the West Coast. Hopefully everybody enjoys it, and we will make changes as needed. But I think for right now, feel pretty good about it. There's no lag or issues. I've been testing it for a while, so yeah, we'll leave it there. Put Alex back where he goes, and we will get started in this field on his next go around. So hopefully we can should be able to get the rest of it knocked out and maybe raked, possibly baled. Shouldn't take too long, but we'll have to get cracking on it. So everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.